Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special mini episode of the Next Podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Kellz.
Today we are here to talk about one thing and one thing only, and that is some very old news. After all, we have been gone for like 3 months.
Yeah, I was locked in a basement learning how to keep a dog alive.
Okay, at the end of that, it came together.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're here to talk about today is Ryan Reynolds being cast as Detective Pikachu in the live-action movie. The official word about this is that Ryan Reynolds is Detective Pikachu in a live-action film. He's going to be joining Justice Smith from The Get Down and Catherine Newton from Lady Bird, and he's going to be the motion capture performer and voice actor for Detective Pikachu.
Right. So let's walk this back a little bit. I know everybody was super excited about, everybody dreamcasted this as Danny DeVito way back when the movie was first announced, and who actually was approached about doing the role, or not approached, but it got to a point where he heard about it.
Yes.
And he was not interested. He was like, no, I don't want to do that. Which, come on, he doesn't have to at this point. He's a legend regardless.
Right.
But I think that Ryan Reynolds is actually not a terrible choice for this role, and I guess in my opinion, it's weird to me, and it's gonna be weird to hear his voice coming out of Pikachu, but I feel like
it's not Pikachu though. It's Detective Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu. Yeah. Right. But
so
it's a Pikachu.
Different.
It's a Pikachu.
That's true.
But that's kind of cool, right?
It is. Number one thing that I'm excited about, right, is that there is going to be a Detective Pikachu movie that's live action.
Yeah.
I just saw the trailer for the movie with General Hugs in it. Peter Rabbit?
Hugs? Oh, Peter Rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I call him General Hugs.
Why?
He plays General Hugs. Star Wars.
But he doesn't hug anyone.
But what if he did? All right. Point is, that movie looks really good. It's got a CG rabbit with real people, and it's like the first one that I've seen where I felt like I wasn't thinking about it the whole time, even though that movie doesn't look very good. So, yeah, I don't know.
It is what it is.
Yeah. But the actresses that are involved are good. Ryan Reynolds isn't terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like where Ryan Reynolds is right now in his career, being Deadpool and being also in some of these huge movies. He's one of the, I would definitely call him an A-list actor. He's one of the most recognizable dudes. He's in a lot of stuff right now, and he's pretty he's pretty hot right now, right? He's
Ryan
pretty
Reynolds?
hard to get for your film,
He's
right?
popular. Deadpool, well, he's famous because Deadpool was sort of a passion project for him. He really wanted to be Deadpool.
Uh-huh.
And he wasn't, the first time he was Deadpool wasn't in Deadpool.
What was it?
The first time he was Deadpool, he was in the Wolverine movie.
Oh yeah.
He plays he plays Wade Wilson again, and he gets all screwed up, and then he becomes that weird mouthless.
Right, but that was on Fox's ticket. All of that canon was thrown out before the real movie Deadpool, right?
No, I don't.
It has to be because
it's the same universe as the other one.
But it can't be because he got normal, we see him go through that transformation in the movie Deadpool, and he already went through that transformation in the Wolverine movie. But they can't be the same universe.
Yeah,
they just can't.
In the Wolverine movie they explained it, or in the Deadpool movie they explained it as it's like a movie in the world of Deadpool. That movie was like a movie in the world of Deadpool because he has an action figure of it or something at one point.
That's weird.
Yeah. The reason I'm telling this story right now is because after the first time he was Deadpool, he still really wanted to be Deadpool, and that's how he got that role originally.
Mm-hmm.
But he was pissed, and everybody was pissed, and so finally, after trying, they shot that test footage, and they finally got some funding to make a Deadpool movie, and he was the champ of it. You can even now today he makes his own tweets and promotes Deadpool on his own,
He just loves him.
From that standpoint, looking at Ryan Reynolds, I'm I want him to be that way for Detective Pikachu.
Right. I mean, the thing is, to me, from a logistical standpoint, it's probably really expensive to hire Ryan Reynolds right now, and if Pokemon's doing it for Detective Pikachu, there's a good chance, and it's a motion capture role, there's a good chance that the movie has a budget to support a good look for the film, at least. So what the casting of Ryan Reynolds tells me is that they're putting enough budget into this movie to make it look at least good. Whether that means anything for the script writing or how like entertaining it will be, who knows? But it seems like based on that alone, it's got the budget to look.
Who is it?
funny.
Illumination?
I couldn't tell.
Yeah,
you.
I don't remember. I know it's like somebody with a pedigree. You know what I mean? Like I know it's like somebody that's like a known entity in animation. I can't remember who it is. But what about Danny DeVito?
Well, I mean, he just didn't want to. It was.
Are we mad? Are we mad?
No, not at all.
Did you want him to be like? Were you like this would be perfect?
I thought it would probably be funny if he did the voice because
Right.
he's got a very iconic voice and a very iconic like way about him, and it would be very funny to see a Pikachu acting like Danny DeVito. But I don't think that the movie will suffer for not having him, especially if he didn't want the role. Like there's nothing I would like less than for somebody who didn't want to play the role to be forced into playing.
Well, that's true. But if I'm gonna play, like, well, but then again, that's like every popular Harrison Ford role.
And Obi-Wan Kenobi, I guess. Not
Alec
Ewan
Guinness?
McGregor, but Alec Guinness. He didn't like it.
But he did a great job.
Yeah, he did. That's true.
A job that we thought was worse. I thought was worse before I rewatched it this time.
Oh.
I was very like, wow, he really slays it in these movies.
But no, I don't think that we should be mad that Danny DeVito wasn't cast because that was literally just like a fan casting, and like at some point, I think fans need to be removed from the creative process of
I'm
things.
definitely not mad either, right? Not at all. But do I think he would have done a better job? Do I think as a like amateur casting director, do I think Danny DeVito is like a better choice?
Character actor?
Like a better choice for Detective Pikachu? Maybe. To be honest, though, and this is gonna be like the next thing that we kind of move on to here because I want to go through this anyway, just for my own S's and G's, if you will.
Okay.
Like, I don't know anything about the plot of Detective Pikachu literally at all. I don't know.
Do you want me to tell you?
Well,
a little?
we're gonna go to the wiki because I pulled it up for the game at least.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't know if you guys know this, but there was like I think 2 years ago, just about, they released this game for 3DS that was like a download only called Me Tante Pikachu Shinkombi Tanjo.
Commonly referred to as Great Detective Pikachu.
And this is a talking Pikachu, solves mysteries. The main character's name is Tim Goodman. Goodman, which is weird. And it's a like adventure game. You like walk around and like find clues. It's kind of like LA Noire or something, I think. I don't know. I don't know anything about this game because it never came out in the United States.
Right.
But I feel like if they're going to put out a movie based on it, like this game must be coming out soon.
I don't know, because I think it would depend a lot on the idea versus the execution. Because if Detective Pikachu like didn't do that well, or like maybe it's not a game that would translate very well to an American audience, or like maybe it's just like not really high budget. Like maybe they decided like instead of putting this game out that people might not like, maybe we should introduce this concept of Detective Pikachu in a way that American audiences can digest well, which is movies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm there. It's just a super weird leap for me. Like, if I'm, like, not a person who, like, really knows Pokemon other than, like, I see Pikachu everywhere at, like, the Thanksgiving parade and whatnot. Like, I'm like, okay, so it's Pikachu, but he's, like, a middle-aged guy who, like, talks and he wears a fedora and he solves crimes?
I don't know why Pikachu is a detective or how he became it, but from what I read about the movie synopsis, I'm terrible with actors' names, and so the main guy...
Ryan Reynolds.
No, the main human kid.
Oh, we don't know
What's
who
his
anybody. We don't know who anybody is. Tim Goodman.
Oh no! I mean the actor that's playing. Okay, well I guess. Well, what was the name of the guy? You have it. Just like look at it. It's Justice Smith. So Justice Smith plays the boy Tim Goodman.
Is he playing Tim Goodman?
Yeah, they released info on it. So Justice Smith plays Tim Goodman, whose father gets kidnapped, and Detective Pikachu has to help him find his father. The girl, what's her name? The girl, Catherine Newton. She plays a reporter that they end up meeting.
Okay.
So that's all the
my
information
God.
about the plot of the movie that has been released.
It's
so
legendary. Legendary's putting it out.
Legendary Entertainment. Who does what?
They're like,
oh yeah, they're huge. I recognize that logo.
Yeah, that's Legendary. It comes out next year.
Yeah, so that's the basic synopsis. I don't know exactly. I think that's a little bit close to what it is in the game.
Yeah, that's kind of why I want to go through the synopsis and just like see what the deal is.
Mm-hmm.
So first, it starts off like this. One day, a boy named Tim Goodman encounters a rather intelligent Pikachu that claims to be a great detective and finds out that he can understand it.
finds out that he can. So does that mean that not everyone can hear Pikachu?
That's the thing. Like these are the things that I'm like, what does that mean? Like, is he like a very imaginative boy who's like projecting his like detective persona onto a Pikachu?
What's that comic book with that like imaginary friend that helps
Happy?
that detective? Happy?
Yeah. He's not a detective. He's a very dangerous man. He's like a killer. He's like a killer, but yeah.
Okay.
Same thing.
So maybe it's like either an imaginary situation or like a Pikachu that doesn't actually talk, but the kid imagines that he can talk. That changes everything for me. That's so strange.
I mean, if I'm looking at this picture though, like Tim Goodman doesn't seem like a guy who's like a hard-boiled detective who's like
no.
projecting.
Nah, he seems just like a kid that is in high school or something.
So what? Okay, so they chase two IPOM. One has ketchup and one has white paint on its hand. They were harassing the citizens. They find the ketchup IPOM laying on the ground with a black feather next to it. They compare the feather with other Pokemon's feathers. They find that the feathers belong to a Murkrow and confront the Murkrow. Is this a city where Pokemon are like the citizens of the city?
It seems like in the game, at least, that it's like Pokemon that just are a little bit more involved in the culture than Pokemon in the Pokemon games, maybe.
I guess.
I don't know. It seems like this game is all about him solving Pokemon crimes, whereas the movie is going to be solving a human crime. Unless...
They retrieve the necklace from Burmy.
This doesn't, like, honestly, like, they go to a cave, they see a Glalie, like, there's not really... There is
Detective
a reporter.
Detective Pikachu has a house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting. They find some reporters in the caverns. They find the reporters missing backpacks.
So, honestly, this game, the plot...
It's like a children's show.
It seems like a kid's game, like a children's game. So I feel like maybe Detective Pikachu is probably going to be... Well, we don't know what audience it's geared toward. Most Pokemon things that come out are geared toward a younger audience. So
Sure.
I'm assuming that we'll see a little bit of that. But it does sound like they're trying to actually make a plot about this that is more interesting than let's look at Murkrow feathers and see a Glalie in a cave. Like, I think they're going for a more human angle, which I think is a good choice for a movie, to be honest with you.
They offered him a release. They offered him an audition, and he declined to audition.
Oh, Danny DeVito?
Yeah. Pretty crazy. Okay, wait. What does it say? Toho's distributing the film in Japan. Alex Hirsch is writing the script, which, like, boom.
Who's Alex Hirsch?
Alex Hirsch is the, like, creator and lead writer of, oh my gosh, the Forest show.
Over the Garden Wall?
No, the other one.
Gravity Falls?
Yes, Gravity Falls. Yeah.
Oh.
And Nicole Perlman is also, she wrote Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then...
That's some pretty cool
And
news.
then Robert Rodriguez, Tim Miller. I don't know. Tim Miller. He directed...
Oh, he directed Deadpool.
He directed Deadpool.
This is really interesting.
Dean Israelite directed Power Rangers, which I'm not too into. Robert Rodriguez is great, though. He did, like, Sin City, Dusk Till Dawn, all that stuff. These are people that they might, like, have considered, but now it's actually not. Now it's Rob Letterman who is directing the film.
Huh.
Who did Gulliver's Travels, the Jack Black movie.
Okay.
What did it? Los Gringos, Lake Placid. He directed Los Gringos, directed Shark Tale, directed Monsters vs. Aliens. That was a good one.
Goosebumps.
Did he? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the 2015 one.
Yeah, and Pikachu Detective, and a new Dungeons & Dragons movie.
Ooh.
So this guy's working.
Which is TBA.
So this is going to be like a Jumanji tone.
Seems like
we're looking at like a Jumanji tone.
But speaking of Jumanji tone, other actors considered for the role of Detective Pikachu include Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson,
yes,
Mark Wahlberg, and Hugh Jackman.
Oh man, I'm trying to solve these crimes. Tim Goodman, you gotta help me solve these crimes.
I am Pikachu. That's all I got. That's all I got for Hugh Jackman. I like to sing.
I am not that good at singing.
He's okay at singing. He just has bad technique.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. He's okay at singing. I shouldn't talk. I shouldn't talk mess on A-list celebrities who are far more talented than me.
And he also does stuff on Broadway. So like,
the man gets it.
I mean, he probably just sung that way for the role.
Though, if you want to laugh and a half, go ahead and Google about Hugh Jackman peeing his pants on stage because there's multiple stories.
Really?
He has
Did
this
he just not
story.
go to the
He has
bathroom?
this story where I forget if he was playing. I think he was playing Gaston in like an Australian production of Beauty and the Beast.
Uh-huh.
and he's doing My White-Out Guy, the Gaston, that song, and he's lifting the like women, the like where he carries them over his head, and he's like singing, and he has to pee, and he just like peed. Isn't that weird?
What?
Yeah, look it up. Look it up.
I can imagine like if you lifted somebody and
Yeah.
like had to use the exertion of the force caused him to pee a little, but like him just like holding someone and peeing at the I
mean,
can't.
that's,
No,
there's
not.
a lot of this is exertion.
I'm sure it is. Yes,
Yeah.
but that's just yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah. Also, I want to say that Danny DeVito said, "What the f is a Pokemon?" Did I already mention that?
Yeah. That's fine. That's okay. He's.
Do you think he was trolling?
I think he was trolling. I think he would probably recognize Pikachu. He was alive in the 90s, so unless he was like off somewhere. But I don't know. I feel like
Off somewhere.
I don't know. Who knows? I feel like most adults, even if they don't really know what Pokemon is, they know what Pikachu is. For example, like my old manager, like she would always send me pictures of Pikachu and say, "Look, it's Pokemon." So like I feel like a lot of people think that Pikachu
old
is
manager?
Pokemon. Yeah.
Would just text you pictures of Pikachu?
Well, she knew that I like Pokemon, and she thought that Pikachu was Pokemon.
She should just text everybody pictures of Star Wars. All right, that's enough time spent on this news tidbit. Thank you guys for joining us. If you guys have any other types of sort of like little mini-sode topics that you'd like us to cover on this newly refreshed, newly revitalized version of the Dex podcast, send those in to thedexcast@gmail.com. That's THEDEXCAST@gmail.com. I'm Alex.
I'm Pokekelz.
And we will see you next time, guys.
Bye.